I'd like to welcome everybody to our Live Young and Imagine Amazing Univera event. My name is David Raynr, and I'm hosting us. And what we're doing is we're gathering from people all around the country to talk about an incredible company that has changed our lives. And, Univera means one truth. And the truth is that our bodies are pretty miraculous. And if we give them the right nutrients, they can heal themselves. And when you think about the possibility of your body being at its absolute peak and what would be possible if you had all the energy you wanted, that's kind of what Univera gives us a chance to experience. Univera was started a long time ago. And my wife and I come out of the entertainment industry. I spent about 20 years acting, and then I became a writer and director for another 20 years. And so I started as a child actor. And, I never thought I would be doing anything else. But as the movie business started to change, I mean, if you know anything about the entertainment industry, it's more of a television business now. And as it started to change, it became stressful. And I started looking at my stress rise. I couldn't sleep at night because I was trying to make all the ends meet from an industry that was changing. And eventually, I needed help, and I was introduced to Univera. And as I started taking the products, my stress dropped dramatically in a life-changing way, to the point where I started feeling great. Even though my situation was challenging, I still felt great. And I got the mental clarity to really look at my life and decide what kind of life I wanted to lead. I mean, I was in my late 40s, and I was asking myself, what do I want to be doing? How do I want to be living? Because this is not a trial run. So if you're here on the call tonight, I would just tell you that tonight is about you exploring what you would want to shift, change to create a life that you really love. We're going to talk a little bit about how Univera started. Then we're going to talk about the products, and then we're going to talk about why we share it. And you or someone could be positively impacted by what you hear. So that being said, I just want to talk about Univera's inception, because I believe this is one of the greatest gifts to the human race that's unknown in the world, and it's called Univera. And what is it? Well, back in the mid-'70s, there was a South Korean family that was suffering a challenge. The father, Yun-Ho Lee, was dealing with a life crisis. He was given 6 months to a year to live with a liver condition. And he was looking for a solution, but he could not find one. He had all the money in the world, and he was given a year to live. And I don't know if you can imagine what that's like, but that's what the Lee family was facing. So around that time, a friend of his shared aloe vera with him, and it's not indigenous to South Korea. So Yun-Ho Lee got a plant, and someone said, you should grow this plant and eat the inner gel. And he started doing that because he had not many other options, and he started feeling better, and he lived another 20 years. And when that happened, Yun-Ho Lee said, wow, my life is about over. A plant that I eat transforms my health, and I feel great, and I get my life back. And the beauty of what happened was that it happened to a man with enormous resources. And what he said is that I'm going to share aloe with the world. I'm going to find out why aloe helped me. And I feel like the missing link is the gap between all of this anecdotal information we have about plants and nature, right, and science, that there's no real science that we've done on plants. We've done some science, but it was not enough science for Yun-Ho Lee to find out about aloe vera when he was dying. So Univera really is a biotech company based in Korea and Seattle that does pharmaceutical research on natural plants. It's a game changer. And the Lee family has basically seeded this company to the world. They don't take any money out of Univera. They just wanted Univera to exist so that we could have the conversation about real vitality, real health, and real wellness. And if we could have that, that would change lives. And then, of course, sharing it could also change the life of someone you love or your financial life. So we're going to look at the science right now. I want to bring in an incredible Dr. Katrina McGillivray, and her and her husband have been sharing Univera for about 10 years. But it's one thing for me out of the entertainment industry to talk about health. I'm not an expert. There's nothing I'm going to lose, whether I'm lying or telling you the truth. But Dr. Katrina is a practicing physician, and she has put her credibility on the line to talk about what we have. Her husband, Rod, is a former judge and attorney and he's also put his credibility on the line. And I want to just bring Katrina into the conversation to talk to us about, first of all, Katrina, why Univera for you? Why did you decide to even, take the products? And then maybe you can explain a little bit about what these products do. So welcome to our Zoom.
Thanks so much, David. It's been amazing 10 years that we've been affiliated with Univera. And my journey started as a family doctor about 12, 15 years ago, when I realized that people were looking for more than what we can provide in the office. People want more energy, they want more focus, and medications don't fix those things. They can treat some symptoms, but people weren't feeling better. And I had a degree in foods and nutrition in college, and thought, okay, how do I build on this? I need supplements, I need more education, and I got the education. I did a fellowship in regenerative medicine, functional and regenerative medicine. How do you treat the underlying causes for why people don't feel well? And Univera basically hit the nail on the head. You have to, as you mentioned, how do we create more energy? Not how do we caffeinate the body and give it another drug? How do we create more energy? How do we push up on the body's ability to heal and repair? Why does someone at 50 sit in a wheelchair and breathe oxygen through a tube, and someone else at 95 is still out working in their yard? How do you create that wellness? And we need tools. There's a lot of stuff out there pushing down on what I would call our seesaw of damage and repair. If we're young and we have this seesaw that tilts in our favor, we have lots of energy. We have lots of repair going on. If we break a leg, we can heal it in 2 weeks' time. If, as we get older and our seesaw goes upside down the other way, we don't have energy. We want to take naps at 40 years of age. An 80-year-old that breaks a hip may never heal that hip. What is that? How do we tilt that seesaw in our favor? Well, fortunately, the body repairs 300 billion cells every day. So if you put the right things in, get the wrong things out of the way, get the sugars out of the diet, get the processed white flours out of the diet, get the bad stuff we breathe in the air out, get good sleep, those kind of things. And then you put the right nutrients in, the body will heal and repair, just as you said, David. And so when I found Univera, I thought, oh my gosh, Billy and his father figured this out. They've taken plants that we've used for centuries, and they've taken pharmaceutical grade research. They do something called genomics testing. How do these plant fractions actually affect our DNA? How can we turn up things that help with energy and focus? How do we push down on inflammatory pathways? And they've created that. And so the company goes beyond its research. It has good manufacturing practices certified by the FDA. So we know that what says is in the bottle is actually in the bottle. We know that we have 50 scientists doing research around the clock. We have a company that has more patents and patents pending, and more published peer-reviewed articles. Nobody else does this kind of stuff. And so when I'm at my conferences studying on how to treat underlying causes for disease, how do I help people reach their best? Univera already figured it out. This is the best natural products company I've ever seen.
Wow.
I've been to so many conferences. I've looked at things that people bring to me, and it's in a relationship marketing company. I find the best quality products that I've ever seen. And so to talk about some of the products, if we want to tilt our seesaw up, let's start with Extra and let's start with Aloe. Extra, our flagship product, helps the body create energy. It's not fake energy with caffeine where you stimulate your adrenal glands, you get revved up, you have that alertness, like as if you had just stepped off a curb and almost got hit by a bus. Oh, that's great. You've got alertness, that adrenaline is going, but guess what? You're gonna crash. What we need is the body to create energy the way it was designed to create energy. And they put something in the Extra called alpha-ketoglutarate that does that. So what people find when they have energy, they don't have the brain fog. They have better focus. They don't hurt all over. They're able to do things they couldn't do before. Other ingredients in there help with stress, helps with joint comfort and flexibility. It just helps people feel better overall. So Extra is what I would recommend everyone starting on, whether they're an athlete, whether they're an older person working on focus, whether they're a young child that is needing more focus in school. Extra is the best way to go. Add aloe to that and you get a product. We have the world's best, most medicinal aloe vera in the world. And that's because our company cares enough that they took the aloe and said, we're not going to study this just by ourselves. We're going to send it to a third-party testing center where they can show how it compares to other aloe veras. It is 3 times more potent than the leading aloe manufacturer. It was studied against about 5 or 6 other aloe vera manufacturers. It helps with, think about magic, microbiome, healthy bacteria. A is for absorption of nutrients, truly helps. I don't take a multivitamin. I get so much absorption of nutrients in the foods I eat just with aloe alone. G is for glucose stabilization, so you don't get that roller coaster of blood sugars. I is for immune system, and the C in magic is for collagen and elastin, so it helps keep our skin, ligaments, muscles, hair, all that kind of stuff healthy. Everybody needs to be on aloe vera, and this is the most potent aloe on the globe, proven. So extra and aloe, we call that the perfect combo. Some people need more. Some people need more metabolism. Look around us. We have 67% of our nation is overweight. 1/3 is obese. With that comes all kinds of problems. Heart disease is the #1 killer. We need better metabolism. So enter the metabolic makeover. Add level G to the extra and aloe we just talked about. That helps stabilize blood sugars. We have a whole lot of people that have blood sugars that are out of control. Add to that Regena-Free, our natural anti-inflammatory, was studied in 5 double-blind human clinical controlled studies against things like Celebrex and Aleve, and it was found to be superior as far as efficacy, doesn't cause a lot of the other side effects. Every disease, chronic disease in the human body has inflammation at its core. So you add the Regena-Free, and then you add Rhythmatics, which is heart health and better circulation. So whether you're an athlete that wants to compete better, whether you want help with those cravings, the up and down sugars, maybe you're that person that will eat a meal, but you're craving something at the end of the meal. Maybe you're too tired to work out in the evenings. The metabolic makeover is the way to go. We have many, many other products, things for the immune system. We have Prime that helps with sex drive, building stronger muscles, helping with our just overall immune and regeneration. We have things that help with joint repair, like our RegenaCare. So amazing things. And the testimonials go on and on. I just saw a 16-year-old in my office for a follow-up this week. Saw him about 6 weeks ago after a conversation I had with his mother and his sister, and they said, yeah, he doesn't come out of his room. His belly hurts all the time. He doesn't know what foods to eat. In fact, he lives on hard candy because that's really the only thing that doesn't upset his stomach and create diarrhea. And we had a conversation when this boy came in, and I said, you've got to get started on Univera's aloe. Let's get you off wheat. Let's get you off dairy. And I saw him back 6 weeks later. His mom said he's been dancing. He comes out of his room. He's interactive. His belly doesn't hurt. He was a different kid. He looked at me, talked to me before it was head down, rope in his stomach. And I thought, oh my gosh, I just changed a life. And it had nothing to do with medication. We just helped his gut feel better with aloe vera, one simple aloe select. So that was my testimonial for the week. You know, a family's whole life and family interaction was changed. So,
Wow.
yeah, amazing.
That's pretty. What I love about what you're doing is you're willing to go with a non-conventional method when it works. I mean, it's not like you can't prescribe drugs, but the fact that you would bring this into your office is amazing. And so, thank you, Dr. Katrina. Would you? I know you're going to introduce your sister and talk a little bit because she's also a health professional. So there's a lot of health expertise that runs in your family, which is pretty amazing. Why don't you do that?
Yeah, well, my sister is 8 years my younger. She's the smarter one. She introduced me to Univera by gifting me a bottle of Extra, which really changed my life, my quality, my focus, my energy in my office, helped with some bad head pain. I used to have discomfort. And Shelly's a trainer, certified strength and conditioning specialist, has trained thousands of athletes and average moms like me over the years. And she uses the products a lot with student athletes, with collegiate athletes. And so I'm going to have Shelly introduce some of the products she utilizes and kind of use that as a testimonial as well.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Hello. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we do.
Hello.
Hi, we hear you.
Good. Thank you so much. So thank you, Dr. Katrina. And so as a master health professional training 10,000 clients and athletes, I do believe for adults, metabolic makeover and prime in your life is mighty fine. I find that the clients that get on metabolic makeover and prime actually lose the weight, but more importantly, they keep it off over a period of 90 days to 6 months. In addition, adding a protein shake or vegan plant-based protein shake 1 time a day as a breakfast or before bed. People use that as 1 meal per day. They're more apt to eat healthier. Get their 20 grams of protein, which you need half your body weight in grams of protein per day. Most people can't get 20 grams of protein the healthy way for breakfast. So I do believe in that for adults, but a lot of adults I say yet, are not willing to spend money on themselves. Even though I'm testing people, and almost all adults, even skinny adults in a size 4 and 6 are obese with their body fat. Most adults won't spend money on themselves, but they will spend money on their kids and on their athletes, because a lot of kids are having attention difficulties in school. They're not paying attention. They're not getting good grades. They have behavioral problems. They're not performing at their highest and best. They come to work out. They're exhausted. And so what I have found, a lot of parents will pay for their kids before they pay for themselves. And so a lot of people and a lot of kids do really well on 2 ounces of extra a day. That's 2 bottles of extra, and 3 bottles of essentials per month. So they're going to take 6 ounces of essentials a day and 2 ounces of extra. And what that's going to help with is performance in the classroom. You're going to perform better. You're going to pay attention. You're not going to fall asleep in the classroom. You're going to behave better at home. You're going to listen when it transfers to the sports field, where when they go to workouts, they don't have to spend $3 to $5 at the gas station, at the grocery store to spend money on junk. But essentials is a superfood. It has essential fatty acids, fiber, and protein. And then Katrina already talked about the extra. You put those together, and a lot of issues you have at home with kids not concentrating in the classroom, and a lot of issues that a lot of my athletes have where they feel like they're going to throw up working out because A, they haven't eaten since noon, is now 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or B, they've eaten the wrong foods. Parents will pay for their kids. So I do try to have parents see that of us will give a lot of money to others, to churches and other organizations. I say give to yourself first and then give to your kids. But if you're not going to, essentials and extras is a really good way for athletes, but also for you as a person that wants to get fit, to use as the perfect $6 snack before, about 45 minutes before your workout, essentials and extra. And the other thing is, for us and for our athletes, we want to be healthy. If you're sick, you're not going to be able to do anything anyways. And so with the 6th season coming around, I really recommend Solnex and Super Immune, a big combo I use for my kids in college, a big combo I've probably put 10 people on it this week, trying to prevent that sick season between now and February, due to not necessarily the cold weather, but really all the extra sugar from Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. And so there's a lot of products. There's 54 that's going to push down and damage, up and repair. But for kids, athletes, and people that work out, I've seen a lot of people want to spend the money and reinvest their money on healthier stuff, essentials and extra. And like I said, if you're sick, you can't do anything anyway. So I see a lot of people on Solnex and Super Immune as prevention. And before I let Jay take it away, go back to David, I do have 2 kids in college. I know for a fact it works. My one plays college football. My other one plays Division I running. She's running tomorrow. She took all her products with her, and she excels. She's been sick-free for the last 8 years, and she used a lot of products for injury-free, and so does my son. So the products work. I've tried them on my kids the last 12 years. I'm going to turn it back to David. Thank you for letting me talk, and I'm so passionate. I promise if you try it for 90 days, you'll see great results for yourself and family.
Thank you so much, Shelly. That's awesome. And it's amazing what you've been able to do with your kids, because they've gotten free, low-cost educations because they're such great athletes and they're so healthy. It's amazing. So if you want to save money in the long run, invest in your child's health. So, there's a lot we can tell you about Univera. What I can tell you is that I probably would not be doing it if it wasn't for my wife. And I'm going to introduce her in a minute, but I want you to understand that Univera is not a risk. It is an opportunity for you to check out what we're talking about. If you try these products for 90 days, what we're going to do is give you free shipping, and we're going to give you a 90-day unconditional money-back guarantee so that you can see if these products work for you and you can check it out. Because, Univera is incredible, but you don't know that yet like we do. So take the challenge and let the person what you're interested, that invited you to this, what you're interested in and what you might want to try. So now I want to introduce the business section, right? And what that means is some of us are sharing this because it changed our life. I would not be talking about it if it hadn't changed my wife's life in a dramatic way. And she, in many ways, got what Univera was about before I did. I was very distracted when I was introduced. And sometimes when you're being introduced to something like this, it's distracting because we're so busy. We don't have the bandwidth. So if you're hearing it now, just try to open up because it's a game changer. So Lynn, take a minute and tell us what happened for you and why you started sharing it.
Well, I started sharing it because, again, like Shelly said, I always focus on kids. I have 4 of them. I have a child, Dave and I have a child with special needs who was always looking for energy. He was always getting sick. I have a child that went to UCLA, played soccer. He needed energy and he needed to repair his body. So, and I didn't think about myself, but I was losing my memory because I was under so much stress, maybe because I had 4 kids, I don't know. And then that turned into autoimmune issues. So I was always tired. I didn't feel right. And by just taking the extra, I got my energy back. My child with special needs, he got his focus back. He got his energy back. He never gets sick. The same thing with my son who went to play soccer at UCLA. He repaired a hamstring in 2 weeks. And you're right. If you're not healthy, you don't get to be on the field. But even if you're an adult, if you're not healthy, you don't get to live your life fully. I like living my life fully. So I just want to say real quickly, the other reason why I started sharing this is because of what happened in 2008 and the movie industry, as David said, the housing industry. And I was having to look at going to get another job, some type of employment, but I didn't want to leave Eli at home. And I looked at David and I said, David, these products really work. They've helped every single person we have shared them with change their lives. And within 2 months, I was making $2,500 extra residual. And that was enough to keep me at home. I'm so grateful that I found Univera. And since then, we make a lot more money, but it's not about the money. Well, wealth is good. If you don't have money, then you're going to get stressed out and it will affect your health. So it's all win-win. And I encourage you to listen to Jay.
So thanks, Lynn. And I would just say that we're going to introduce Shelly's husband, Jay Sorg, who is Jay's a ex-baseball player. He was a baseball coach at Morehouse State. He's an incredible father and husband, but he's basically doing multiple ways of making money. Jay and Shelly have all kinds of activities they do to make money, including Univera. So consider what this could do for you if you created an additional stream of income. Welcome, Jay Sorg.
Thanks, David. Good to see you, man. Well, I appreciate it. And I tell you, why would somebody do this financially? Well, here's the deal. You just heard about a company, a great company that was introduced to you with a great purpose and has great products. Well, I'm a financial person. And as you said, we have different streams of income coming in. We own a couple different businesses, and maybe in the background you can see the sports facility that Shelly and I own together. And so why would somebody want to do this as a business? Well, as a business person, what do you look at? Well, first of all, do you have a company that's got great products? or a great service? And is there a need? Well, guys, I know there's 3 needs right now everybody out there has. Number 1, or 4, excuse me, they have. Number 1, there's health issues, and we've covered those, I think, very well in this call. Number 2, we've got a lot of people that are out there just financially sick, whether it's not having enough monthly income, whether it's not saving enough for retirement, whether it's what Shelly and I have to do with the other jobs and businesses we own, hour for dollar businesses without a residual income. Well, Univera solves that issue. Or maybe there's a tax advantage issue that people they don't have a home-based business and they're not able to save money on their taxes like we are who have home-based businesses. And then there's another need of purpose. There's a lot of people out there looking for community, looking for purpose, looking for something great to be a part of. So when there's that kind of need out there, if you are financial minded, if you're business minded, you're saying, we have a company that can do that, and I can make money do it by doing something very simple. What is that very simple thing? I just got to tell people about this thing. I got to show people this thing. So how do you do it? Well, you know, David, basically what you do is you do what you do with any other business. You invest in it. You buy what we have, a great pack that's a business pack that has a lot of our products in there that you get to try or you get to gift out to people that you would like to join the business with you. And that's your startup cost. Now, I can tell you this. Our other companies had a much higher startup cost than the small startup cost of getting products that we are going to use. What do you do next? Well, you got a little bit of an overhead. What you do is you get on a monthly convenience plan where it's auto shipped to your house every single month. And basically those are products that you are going to use, your family's going to use, or you're going to gift out. And so how about that? You got a startup cost and you have your monthly overhead cost is something that you actually benefit from and use, as opposed to just going into a monthly overhead for lease or something of that nature. And then the next step is basically this. You start telling people about it just like you would any other thing, whether it's something about a good movie or whether it's a good restaurant or something you saw that was able to aid you. You just tell people about it. People tell us all the time in this business, we say, man, I'm just not very good at sales. And we tell them all the time, well, that's great. We don't want you to be in sales. We basically want you to be in the transportation business. And the transportation business is just this. Get people from where they are now to where they want to be, and let's be the vehicle in between. And that's what we're doing. We're doing it by something that's very simple, sharing and doing that. And you're going to build your team that way. What's great about our business is we have a very balanced compensation plan that offer a lot of bonuses for people up front, people in the middle of our business, people that have built a great business. And so what that means is our balanced compensation plan is good no matter what stage you're coming into the business. And that is a very different business model than a lot of other companies that you may join that do network marketing like we do. You're looking at a chart right now that every single level, from the bronze level, the average is $324 a month, up to that diamond level, are on this call that averages $18,227 a month in our company. We don't have anybody in that blue diamond yet, but we will on this call. And the deal is, guys, if you could earn that kind of money and to make it a residual income where the work you do today continues to pay off for you years down the road, to eventually you can give that business to your family and leave it to your estate. To me, guys, as a business person, this is a no-brainer type opportunity for what you're looking for. What I suggest you do, guys, before I turn this over to David, is you get with the person that got you on this call and you say, you know what, I am interested in a business opportunity that can do those type of things with this type of company and change those kinds of lives, whether it be from the health, the financial, the purpose, or the tax advantage standpoint, and they will find a way to get you started. And that's just a tip, guys. You get a chance to join some great leaders. You're never in business by yourself. You're in business for yourself, but never by yourself. We're here every step of the way with you, and we're excited to see you guys live, not just on this call. So thanks, David. I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you, Jay. Incredible. I mean, Jay and Shelly and are in the Southeast. We've got Katrina in the Midwest, you know, and now I want to go to someone to close our call that's right here on the West Coast in the Reno, Sacramento area, Lake Tahoe area. And that is Catherine Raymer. She's a diamond in the business also. But Catherine, I'd like you to just bring us home with not only some words of wisdom, but talk briefly about Univera's charity, because what Univera is all about is making lives better. Talk to us about Serve First and take us home.
Thank you, David. Thank you, everyone. That was so exciting. I am just so honored to be here with this fantastic group of people. And Univera Serve First is the top of the list. Like you said, the top thing we do in our company that people really are passionate about is our Serve First endeavor. And what happens is when you get started, you choose one of those packs or any way you decide to get started in this company, you're going to help 4 children for an entire year around the country, around the globe with their vital nutrients just by getting started. You know what? Our company is so philanthropic. It's absolutely incredible to me. We've helped 3.5 million children. It's probably close to 4 million at this point. And 1 out of 4 of those children actually would not survive without the nutrients that we provide. So that is important. Look at those pictures. It is so exciting. They allow us to go and travel and see this firsthand all around the world. Nicaragua, Honduras. We're helping children in the United States. We're helping children all over. And I want to say that in our local communities, we also have the ability to help so many children. So I know out in Kentuckiana, they have this awesome 5K. They have a great time. You know, it's so fun. They do many things, but that's their big fundraiser. Down in LA, Team LA, they do all kinds of things, you know, sack lunches for homeless people. And you always hear of these great endeavors. In Sacramento, we do a 5K for the Children's Receiving Home. And you know what happens is Univera helps us with that. They match the funds we raise. It is so exciting to help local communities and really just to be a part of something by building a business, by getting healthy, by doing something that we love to do. So I'm just honored and thrilled to be able to do that. You look out in the world, you see companies. You know, I've never seen anything like this before. A company that was built and founded on the idea that we want to help people, right? Changing people's life with their health. You know, that's what Bill wants to do with their health and also with their financial stabilities. It was not started for money. And can you believe that? Like, we were all shocked. Are you sure? Is that a real? This is real, you guys. This is so exciting. So please join us. We are so thrilled that you were here with us tonight and that you're taking a look. Talk to the person who invited you here. Find out how you can be part of this. Become a customer. You know, we've got to take these products. I think at this point, you're probably saying, like, at least I got to try the products, right? So get started and see what happens. See what we all saw. You know, we all felt the same way. And it's absolutely changed my life as well. And I hope you will join us.